What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. I was just having a little bit of difficulty. I was trying to record some stuff because I had an awesome video plan for right now, and I just ran out of time to be able to get it all out there. I wanted to put a collection of reasons why the internet computer is awesome, but not just from my mouth, but from some amazing people. So I'm gonna make that video at a different time. But we are gonna have some big news for the internet computer right now that will shock everybody, and that is a little bit of a secret, right? And those things we like to talk about. Like I told you, there was some huge news coming for the internet computer a while back. Well, Vitalik Buterin says the internet computer and Ethereum are not competitors. I made a video about it in the past where Vitalik says me and Dom have talked and we've discussed us not being competitors, but being more like sister networks. And what that means is they're not necessarily teaming up and just basically making internet computer and Ethereum one blockchain, but what they're doing is making it where they are in cooperation with each other, where anything that Ethereum can benefit from the internet computer, it will use, and anything that internet computer can use from Ethereum, it will, and they'll kind of interact. And I think basically internet computer offers technology and really implements a lot of things that Ethereum are missing. And what Ethereum offers for internet computer is the community and the structure that's already been there for a long time. So what you have is a to and fro of information, of cooperation, and a big price movement. So they're not talking about it. Ethereum's not talking about Solana being a sister network or AVAX being a sister network or, these other high level top 20 cryptos. It's talking about internet computer number 38 because it's only been here since, the end of the bull market, which means it's brand new. And Vitalik has already taken notice of that. And if you follow Vitalik, he's a very smart individual, not great in all social situations, but very intelligent. And if he understands what internet computer is doing, that is my first part of the argument. We're not going to have all the information I had for today, but we're still going to talk about it. Then, after Vitalik, now BitBoy Crypto starts talking about all the things happening with FTX Exchange and, with Internet Computer and Axie Infinity and these things that happen, right? So now we have Vitalik saying, okay, Ethereum and Internet Computer could be sister networks. Now you have big influencers like Ben from BitBoy Crypto looking into the Internet Computer. He hasn't signed off on it yet. But as we've mentioned in the chat before yesterday, Elena was talking to me about it. Cubetopia sent BitBoy an NFT, and Guido Val did. And instead of just saying, telling them thank you in private, he made tweets about it. So what I'm saying is all of these big name people are starting to recognize internet computer. And if you remember, this is the same thing that happened with Bitcoin. So if you remember back in 2020, before the big bull run started, we just had that crazy dump from, the event that happened in the world. If you listen to what the big money was saying back then, like Mark Cuban, who else? Kevin O'Leary, your big name people with a lot of money, they were saying, well, we're not going to get into Bitcoin because, you need a third party to get into it. And literally months later, those are the same people that pioneered the way, your Mark Cubans, and all those people, right? And so now we have the same narrative starting to happen with the internet computer. And this is the best news possible. So, and that will save internet computer a lot of marketing. When you interact with big names like Vitalik, and then people like BitBoy, the biggest crypto influencer basically out there, starts to take notice of this, this is what will set, and before all these people were like, oh, internet computer, because they didn't know about it. It had been dumped because of FTX. So why would you want to do it unless you knew about the project and researched it and knew what it was and believed it, right? So here's where we come right now. We have these big name people starting to sign off on it. So if you remember, Mark Cuban now signs off on Bitcoin. So Vitalik Buterin, who better to sign off on internet computer than one of the biggest smart contract platforms in the world's co-creator? That's huge news. And I would like to see a lot more collaboration between Dominic and Vitalik. And I would also like to see Dominic on BitBoy Crypto's channel. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't, I don't have a relationship with BitBoy, and I've actually never talked to Dom before. But I think if BitBoy brought Dom on there, it would. I think BitBoy would be in awe of how smart Dom is and the plans that he has for the internet computer. You just listen to Dom speak, and if you actually pay attention, you're going to learn something every time. I just watched him and Andrew talking in the video that they just did. Great video. They're talking about all the things that need to be talked about when moving forward with the internet computer. So these things all being set up right now. This is the only time you're going to be able to buy an internet computer for under $10. So what I'm saying is this bear market, not like right this second, but I believe after we get out of this bear market, we move back above $6, our major, resistance, which was major support. We get up there, get back above $10, start going to the bull run. I think we go to $100, maybe $200 in the next bull run, and then tops or lowest that we could go is possibly $20 in the next bear market after that. So right now might be the only opportunity that you can ever buy ICP for under $10 again. So that is the way I'm thinking of it. And maybe it might go down to like that $16 level, the one level above the $10 level, and that's a possibility too. So we might never see under $10 again. Even if it does break that 20 level, there's a big support at 16, which I think could be our next bear market low. That's just what I think. There's no evidence to support that except for technicals and kind of, speculation. So what's up, guys? Glad to see you all, Jaffe. Smash the like button if you want Ghost Token to 1000x. Yeah, so we will talk about ghost tokens, and these are another reason why this is the biggest time for internet computer in history, guys. Right now, for these tokens, for the NFTs, and especially the ICP coin itself. So I want to also talk about staking today. So you guys know I was on my goal to a certain amount of ICP. Well, I've passed that goal, and I think there's a lot of money to be made, even for 2 years. And I'm starting to think if I lock up my crypto for 8 years, I could end up with like anywhere from 2 to 5 ICP every day. Could you imagine like going into your network nervous system and like looking there every day and you have anywhere from 2 to 5 ICP like newly created every day, or being able to stake? That is a crazy amount, and it's possible to really live off of your staking income. So instead of just putting it for 2 years, if you didn't lock it, dissolve for 4 years, then you dissolve it for 8 years after that, you could end up, depending on the ICP, you could end up with 10 ICP a day. I mean, that is crazy. You could end up, double or tripling the price of internet computer that you bought it at right now, at the lowest. So what's up, guys? We will go in and look at that one chart today. Oh yeah, the better storage. Internet computer is going to be, I think, a platform like Amazon Web Services. I really think a lot of cryptos would benefit by using the storage on an internet computer over a centralized system like AWS. One thing that Dominic Williams was talking about is that Solana had this other storage provider that they were working with, or validators, and they were able to just shut off 40% of the network just in one switch. One flip of a switch and it was gone. So what Solana would even benefit from is running it and storing its data on the internet computer. Internet computer could never just flip the switch on them, even though they're kind of competitors. They could, be sister networks and not necessarily combine, but be just like Vitalik is and welcome it in. And that's the kind of community we want to build. We don't necessarily want a one crypto thing or whatever, but we want interaction. We want collaboration. That's what brings value. And I don't want just collaboration just for the sake of collaboration. Internet computer fixes the traditional crypto system and what is wrong with the crypto system, which is billion-dollar hacks. Have you ever heard of any hacks on the internet computer? I challenge you. Right now, if you can find a hack on the internet computer, I will give you 5 ICP right now. That's how confident I am in the internet computer. If you can find a hack on the internet computer, I will give you 5 ICP. It doesn't happen. So I'm confident in that statement right there. SEC versus library. No. What is that? Uh, I don't know what you're talking about there, but library, isn't that a platform? Isn't that like a crypto platform? The library token? I'm not 100% sure. The funny thing is Rumble is currently competing with AWS as well as its own hosting service. Okay. Um, so there is a huge debate right now about FTX, right? And the laws that they have written up, right? So you can tell somebody by their motives, right? So if you look at Dominic, have you ever seen him do anything that's super selfish that destroys another competitor? Unless they came at him first. I'm saying that's how you can tell, and that's how I can tell who I want to back. So I just like Internet Computer more and more for these reasons. So when somebody is writing law or trying to implement law because there's no real regulation right now, so anybody can kind of with clout and with a big platform can kind of lead regulation to where they want it to be. And what he is trying to do is mess up the entire point of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was made as a peer-to-peer coin, right? Now it's evolved into way more than that. But if we take that away and we put a centralized exchange in the middle of that, it's no longer peer-to-peer. It is a centralized crypto now. You're taking a partially decentralized crypto and you are making it way more centralized. And that right there tells you his motives. He cares about money. He cares about his project alone. See, Dominic is actually trying to integrate and work with other cryptos. These guys are trying to destroy other crypto and make law better for them, not us. That's another thing. Who is the company's interest towards? Is it towards just themselves? Is it towards just their companies? Or is it an even mix of all of it? The community, the company, the project, and keeping us safe from the government's regulations in this and helping protect the community from people like Sam Bankman-Fried. That is the reason right there. You have to protect the community from people, the crypto community, and eventually the world, because I believe in the next 20 years, crypto is going to be right alongside all of the money. I don't think crypto is ever going to take over anywhere because of the world we live in. We're always going to have a centralized government for the foreseeable 100 years. So I don't know what's going to happen after that. But for right now, yeah, things are just in a place where regulation needs to benefit the purchaser. Me, you, the people, not the companies and not the governments. Okay, and the best news for the Internet Computer is it does that. It looks out for the people. They have a governance system that you can go and vote on daily. And the more money you put in, the more power you have to make decisions on that. So if you're a billionaire and you really believe in something and you think the Internet Computer can change it, you could go put your $1 billion, lock it up in staking, and have a big say in what the Internet Computer does. So all of these things, and it can scale to the masses. This is why Internet Computer helps Ethereum. Ethereum can't scale to the masses the way it is now. And even with ETH 2.0, it still can't. It did not fix the scaling and gas fee problem. Internet Computer does that. So if we have the fix for the problem, no more bridge hacks, and we can make gas fees simpler, faster, and cheaper on Ethereum, then Internet Computer is going to be a must-have. So if you're interacting with Ethereum, your best bet is to use the Internet Computer smart contract and save you those $30, $40 in gas fees. So people are going to use it not just because they love Internet Computer, but because it saves them a lot of money on gas fees. So you buy an Ethereum NFT. Say you pay one Ethereum, it's like $2,000 or whatever at the time, right? Well, you have about $2,000 you saved up for that. You don't have an extra $50 for gas fees and all that. So you buy on OpenSea, and that's an Ethereum marketplace, but you do it with a smart contract from the Internet Computer. So now that $50 fee that you were going to have to pay to get that, thing that you saved your money up, you finally got enough, and now they're telling you got to pay 50 more bucks for a fee. You're like, well, I'll just use ICP. I'll pay, a minuscule fee, if any, and then boom, my hard work paid off, and I don't have to pay an extra $50 to get the NFT that I wanted. And so that is why it's going to be almost impossible for people not to use it. It's going to be like Coinbase, kind of. It's the best option out there, but Internet Computer isn't just the best option. It actually is a good, crypto to hang out and just do things with. Coinbase is basically my only option. If I, from my bank to crypto to cash, Coinbase is my only real option where I live. So I have to use it. So that's the use case. And I'm up and down about Coinbase. Like, I like it one day, I don't like it another day. So it all depends. I don't like being taken advantage of, and I don't like my money being stolen. And I've never had that happen on the Internet Computer. So, and I've had a lot of transactions. I have a bunch of different wallets. I've done a lot of different things, and I've never lost a dime. I've had a couple scares, but that's just because of dealing with previous tokens and being taken advantage of before. It kind of scared me with ICP, but then I never lost anything, right? So that's cool. And I've lost a lot in different cryptos just from scams or whatever. So yeah, 10 ICP a day would be awesome, because that's like right now, that's $50 a day if you could get 10 ICP per day just from staking. So even 0.8, like getting like almost a full ICP a day, that's $150 a month. I mean, that's not a bad passive income. And then if you double that, you're 2 ICP a month or a day. That's 300 ICP a month, right? So that's a crazy amount. You could end up very well off. And I'm trying to get other people, to stake more. I was talking to Six Figs. I'm like, man, dude, this staking is just so profitable. Like, I had staked a little bit, and it wasn't as profitable when I staked a little, but the more you stake in there is crazy. Like, what banks give you 0.5% sometimes, or like 0.3. I mean, we're talking about anywhere from 10 to 30% APY, depending on if you're compounding, how much you put in there, and like if you're voting daily and all of that. So, I mean, this is great. I have set myself up. Dfinity set me up for success. They really did. They put me in a place where, especially after this next grant and stuff goes through, I'm going to be in a place to thrive, not only for the next 3 to 6 months, but I think for the next coming years. I really think, especially if I make the right moves and, continue getting income coming in so I don't have to spend my ICP, right? So these are the things that I think of. I want to keep as much ICP as possible and not spend it on daily needs. So I got to keep money coming in from like my YouTube, my, a blog, my website, any other thing. I want to start doing like one-on-one meetings with people. I'm going to look and see if I can do that like legally, but really sit down with them and help them understand more about how to make money with crypto. It won't be like a financial advice meeting. It'll be more of like an educated seminar type deal where I'm going to give you key points that you can use. And I think that would be very valuable. So if you guys are interested in something like that, let me know, because I'm willing to spend an hour, 2 hours just sitting down with you and helping you figure out how to be successful in crypto. It's one of the things that I'm really good at. And, because I'm a chess guy, I plan moves in advance. Like I'm five moves in advance in my head right now for my future, right? I have plans on what I'm going to do according to certain scenarios, and we plan for scenarios that we can't, control, and you just have a backup for everything. So, and Cardano, I don't like Cardano because when they said they were going to come out with smart contracts, they came out with smart contracts and they totally failed. And so it was a big disaster. They should have just waited a little while longer until those smart contracts were good, because I haven't even heard any news about it since then. So did they get the smart contracts working or not? I don't know. I made a lot of money in Cardano though. This was one that I made a lot of cash in and I got out of, and I haven't really been back in since. But before the next bull run, I want to get in Cardano. I'm not going to lie. I want to get in Cardano. I want to get in Algorand. I want to get in CKB. I think I want to try that one. I haven't gotten into that one yet. I don't even know where I can buy it actually. But there's a few cryptos that I want to get before the bull market starts, right? But the biggest one is ICP. I want to set myself up for the next bull run and the bull run after that and the bull run after that. So that's what you do. You plan crypto in cycles. So if you understand how bear markets and bull markets work, then you beat the game. As long as you have the patience to make it from the bull market to the bear market, or the bear market to the bull market, and then the bear market to the bull market again, and you ride it kind of like a wave, instead of fighting the wave, if you go straight at a wave, you'll hit the wave and go underwater. But if you go with the wave, you can surf the wave and ride it. And so that's the thing with this, is you have to get in when the wave is good. Don't come right at it when the wave is huge right in your face. And that means when crypto's already pumping to the moon, you get in it when that wave is nice and low, good entry point, and then ride it to the top of the wave, right? So I don't know if that was a good analogy, but it sounded good. But that's basically, it's timing. All crypto is about timing. And timing the market is hard, they say. It's not really. Short term, yeah. Oh man, it's hard to man, come on. Short term, it's really hard. That's all they're talking about. Long term, it's basically a no-brainer. Like, I could write a book called Crypto for Dummies. I'm serious. Crypto for Dummies. Bull market, bear market. If you understand those two concepts, you'll succeed. So 50 Cent, you gonna sponsor me, bro? You still on vitamin water? Trying to cut back on the sodas. I actually quit drinking soda for like 2 years, and I felt really good. And then soda would and the best thing about not drinking soda for so long is when you drink one, they are so delicious. Like, I drink soda daily, and like, I don't even taste them anymore. It's just like I'm drinking just a drink. So I wanna go back to have that nice, crisp, good tasting Pepsi. So there is such thing as too much of a good thing. Charles wants to rule the networks, but does not have the skills to even attempt it. So that is either here nor there. I don't like to talk bad about people, especially they are doing good stuff in the space. But I really don't know a lot about Charles, man. I don't. He doesn't interest me. I don't know why. Like, Dominic, when he speaks, it captivates me. Like, I want to hear what he's saying. Like, I get drawn in. But when I listen to Charles, it's like listening to like a professor or something. Like, okay, all right, sure, gotcha. And Dom, I'm like, oh, not always, but some of the things he says, it gets me like excited about it. And that's the thing. If you aren't curious or excited about a project, then why even be involved with it? I mean, that we can have a lot of fun in the space. In the bear market, this is the best time to have fun. Like, meet people, hang out, network, play games, discuss. And then in the bull market, we can do that, but we can start making money as a community. So we're going to be one of the biggest communities to gain this next bull market. The Bitcoin Renegade community is going to be in the profit so much. We're probably going to compete for the top spot because Internet Computer is going to go up so crazy in this next bull market. I can't wait for it. By the way, tweet here. Okay. I can't really go to that off of there. Read the summary judgment. You'll see just how corrupt the SEC is. Oh, it's a sinking ship. You're always critical, man. But yeah, somebody needs to be, though. To me, he sounds more like a used car salesman. I've been attributed to a used car salesman before, just because I have a good mouthpiece. I'm really good at talking. All right, let's go into the market a little bit. I know I've been talking a lot. Let's just go into the market for a second. And see exactly what's happening. And then we'll also go into the staking and see how much ICP it'll take to get 10 ICP per day. So we're sitting at about 524. What I told you yesterday, if we broke above 532, we'd get bullish. If we broke below 523, we'd be bearish. Well, it went to like 533. So it went to like right 1 cent above what I said, which is still in. I was 1 cent off, and then it got rejected. But then when it broke 523, it went down even further. Just like I said, it went down to 514, and we are back up to about 524 right now. So we're still kind of in the same area, but we didn't break out for sure. But things are looking good. We have a bunch of volume that came in. Let's go look up at this volume total. Yeah, we are down about 30 million in the last few days, which brings the market cap a little bit lower, but other cryptos are going down as well. As you see, we did move down to 39 for today. And we will see. As long as we stay in the top 40, we're still pretty good. I do want to go to the Neuron calculator. Whoops. Okay, so how much to get 10 ICP per day? So if you got 10 ICP per day, let's see, if you have 1,600, let's just say this amount, and you're staking it for, say, 2 years. Okay, dissolve delay 2 years. So you would end up making 326 ICP in 2 years. So you're really only going to get 18 months of this. That's why you don't gain as much. It's still 6.67 annualized and 20% return on investment. So you would get more than this if you put it in for either longer or you increase your staking size, right? So this right here, if it's 2 years, 326, it's almost half an ICP a day. I'm actually getting more than that than this. So this is only an estimate, right? But I'm compounding as well. So I'm not 100% sure if this has the compounding part. I thought it did. But yeah, I don't know. Not 100% sure about that. But let's see. So 10 a day. In 2 years, it would have to be 600. Let's see, 365 times 2 is 730. So how much would it take to get 730 ICP in 2 years? 3,000? Not quite. So I think about 3,500 possibly. Yeah, a little more, maybe 3,550. 710. Okay, 3,580. Okay, let's do 3,600. Yep, there it is. Let's see. Yeah. So it has to be 30. So 3,650. Yep. So if I put 3,650 ICP in staking for 2 years, I would get 1 ICP every single day. And that's not bad. And I actually think I'd get more than that if I compounded and did some other stuff as well. So this is awesome. You'd also get a 20%, annualized. Now, if you stake this for longer, though, guys, like say you stake it for 12 years, you don't hit the dissolve delay for 4. Okay, 12 years. The dissolve delay is going to be 8 years. So now you're talking about you're getting 10 ICP every day. 10 ICP every single, or wait. Yeah, 10 ICP a day. You would get 10 ICP a day almost. I mean, I think it would have to be a little higher because it would have to be 7,300 to be double. So let's see how much it would take for 10 ICP a day. I think 3,700 probably. Not quite. Okay, let's try 3,900. Okay, a little bit less, 3,850. Yep. So 3,850 ICP, you dissolve it for 8 years, but you don't press the dissolve delay for 4 years, you would end up with 10 ICP every single day. Oh my God. And you would get 14.6% annualized and 189% return on investment. You would basically double your money. I want to see when it's going to be 200% return on interest. Let's see. 189. Oh, that's the most you can get with the time frame I see. It doesn't matter how much you have. That's 180, I believe, like 5,000. Yeah, 189 is going to be the highest. Yep. The only way you'd get higher is if you didn't dissolve it for 12 years first, and then dissolve it for 8 years, you'd end up with a 332% return on interest and 15% annualized. So that's 5,000 ICP. You would be getting about 33 ICP every single day. Dude, this is crazy. You could make a lot of money even with a little amount of crypto if you did it for a long time. So you're still gaining the big 15.82 and 300. But let's go to 12 years. That's just crazy. Okay. So this would still be an amazing, amazing return right here. Yeah. So now 2 years is a little bit less. So let's just say 8 and 8. If you're just dissolving straight for 8 years and the dissolve delay. So you would get more than double your return in 8 years. So you would end up with about 3,500 ICP at the end of it. 1,000, 2,000, yep, 1,500. That's about 3,500 bucks. So that's pretty cool. Actual returns may differ from these projections based on several unknown parameters. To learn more, check out FAQ. So I'm going to leave this link in the comments over here, guys, so that you can go and check that out. And you can kind of get an understanding of, you know, how you can make money before you even put it in there, guys. So that's the of staking is knowing and having a plan. And now that I have a good plan for my Neuron, oh man, 1 million ICP in staking make you per day. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, it would just be crazy. It would be, I don't even think you could get 1 million ICP. I don't know. That would be a lot though. It would be a crazy amount. But yeah, you could, but I'm saying realistic. You could end up with 3,850 ICP. If you end up with 3,850 ICP, you could end up with 10 ICP every single day for voting. That's craziness. That's $50 a day. 50 at this price. So like right now, it's that would be $52 every single day you would get. And then if it goes to $10, that's $100 a day. $20, $200 a day. Now you're going to start making like judge money, like lawyer money, you know, big entrepreneur money. So this is what I want my community to understand, that if you're not staking, it's actually doing yourself a disservice at this point. I mean, you could only stake it for a year. If you're worried about the next bull market getting out, do it for a year and a half. Boom. And then, or do partial part of it. Me and Six Figs were talking, and we're saying, well, it might actually be smart to have an 8-year Neuron, a 4-year Neuron, and like a 2-year Neuron, or set it up for like 2 years, 6 years, and 10 years. That would be the smartest thing, because then you're getting out of your stake every bull market. So you want to kind of set your staking up to coordinate with the next bull run. And if you understand how the cycles work, every halving is going to be an indicator of when the bull market could start right around the halving. So we already have our key point. We know when the bull market is going to be around, and it happens every time. So, I mean, we're setting ourselves up for success here. There is risk, but I'm willing to take this risk. This is a risk in my life that I think is going to pay off the most, is my ICP. My ICP tokens, they could make me rich. I'm not counting all my eggs in those, though. More, I'm actually supporting the projects because I want to see ICP do better. One and another, those guys are really awesome. I became friends with a lot of the developers on Internet Computer. IC Ghost, his partner Palanga, freaking awesome people. Dogfinity, we've actually hit it off ever since he came out. IC Birds, IC Emojis. I mean, just all of these guys, and I'm forgetting so many. Who else? Geez, now I can't. Icy Bunnies. There's just so many of the District. I mean, even Discover. They've all backed me up. An ICP squad. You know, all those guys. Six Figs, Wendy. I mean, I owe my success today, you know, to my hard work, but also to these people that have welcomed me and made me feel like, I belong here. So that's worth more than 10 ICP a day to me. So you guys, you're my value. To see people every time I make a live stream come over and comment in the chat and be part of it, that is like 10 ICP a day for me. So thank you guys for 10 ICP a day. I think that's about where we're good for tonight. We did a really long video yesterday. We just had a lot to talk about. So if you want, please go check that video out. I want to see it get like at least a couple hundred views. We just had a lot of good stuff to talk about. The TA was spot on. And we just talked about a lot of good things. So thank you guys for showing up. All right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!